radiation being the cure also now becomes the curse. Because as a 48-year-old guy playing in a softball league in Pikesville, where you saw on the video, I actually knocked in the 2 tying runs to a playoff game. I was on second base, and I went around third base after a guy behind me got a hit, and I crossed home plate. And at that point, I didn't know what happened. I blacked out, I collapsed on the field, and literally flatlined. I died. And if it wasn't for the good fortune of having my manager, Mike Herr, who is an ophthalmologist and trained in CPR, and a fellow player of mine, Scott Katzen, who happens to be a cardiologist, only the best guy you can possibly have in that situation, they recognized after taking my pulse, and of course I don't know what's going on, I'm down, I'm gone. After they took my pulse, they found out that I had no pulse. So Scott instructed Mike to help and start doing CPR. I didn't go out, at least in softball, on my own terms, to me, is disappointing. But really, when you think about it, I'm still here talking about it. So that's the most important thing. You know, my wife's here today. I mean, we've been married 29 years. I get to spend as much time as I want with her. I've got kids. I'm getting the chance to watch them get out of college now, grow up and have their own professions. My mom's here. I mean, she was very instrumental in everything that went on with me all these years, and I'm happy to see her grow into her 80s. My stepdad's here, Marty, who raised me as a young man. I just played golf with him in Forest Park last week on Thursday. I mean, he's 88 years old. I mean, how great is that? Just a side note about Marty is he has macular degeneration. I think one of the gentlemen here was telling me he can't hear me and he can't see me. But Marty really can barely see me because all he's seeing is a peripheral view of me. Next to him, Mr. Rubin here, I played golf with the same day, is 93 years old and is a Holocaust survivor. Give him a round of applause. Talk about survivors. David heard me on the air, decided that he was going to interview me. I got the job. So there I am, starting something completely new again. I'm doing traffic reports, and I've never done a traffic report in my life. Now, there was a guy, and I don't know if you guys remember or not, but his name was Tom Olson. Tom Olson was one of the original guys from Metro Traffic, and he had that Chuck Thompson sound. Very, very melodic tones, very easy to listen to, very calming effect. And I wanted to be that. I wanted to be somebody delivering the information, but doing it in my style, which again, is more laid back, is more calming. Because the last thing that you want to do when you're in a traffic jam is to be excited about it. You want to be calm about it. You want to try to figure out a detour. You want to try to figure out another way to go. I go into the interview at WBAL, and lo and behold, who do I meet when I'm sitting down? I met a guy that I used to work with at WCBM Radio, that original station. His name was Tom Clendenning. Tom and I were very friendly, but I didn't realize he was actually the news director at the station. So we shook hands, embraced, and I'm thinking, I'm in good shape here. I know this guy. I got a really good chance to get this job. So here's the job. And this is what they offered me, or this is at least what they told me the job was. Here's what we want you to do, Dave. We want you to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We want you to get into a small 2-seat Cessna airplane. And we want you, with a pilot, we want you to fly around the skies of Baltimore reporting on traffic. We want you to finish at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we want you to repeat the process again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and go until 7 in the afternoon. So they're looking for a guy to go up in an airplane, which I've been up in larger planes, but has anybody ever seen how small a Cessna airplane is? Pretty darn small, right? Okay, so there you go. I'm going into a small Cessna airplane, and I'm going to tell you right now that here's where the pilot is, and here's where I am, and this is as much room as we have. I mean, we have no room to move at all. Matter of fact, I was so close to him that I even knew what brand toothpaste he had. I mean, that's crazy. We were very, very close. No headroom, no leg room, no room in the back, and here I am reporting traffic over the skies of Baltimore. And I'm going to tell you something else. It was the best thing I've ever done. It was so much fun. When I saw Tom, and he said, Dave, I think you're going to be the guy for the job. Everybody at BAL already knows you because we heard you on Metro Traffic, and we think that you really are the good sound for our station. So he slid an envelope my way. Now, did you ever see Moneyball? When they slid the envelope with the offer that they were going to make to Billy Beane to become the Red Sox general manager? Well, the offer wasn't $6 million like it was for Billy Beane, but at Metro Traffic I was making $12,000 a year. So I bumped it up pretty good from the $8,000 where I started. But this offer was $25,000, and that was double my salary. And to think that I didn't hit the sky, I mean, I was high-fiving everybody at that point. I mean, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to call Jody on the phone to let her know that we're gonna make some money. The statistics show that only 10% of the people that go down, not in a hospital setting, recover from this. Matter of fact, 90% of the people that go down on a softball field, in your car, at home, or in a shower, or wherever you are, working out, die. I'm one of 10 that makes it, 10%. And I think that's absolutely, I don't know how fortunate you can possibly be. So that's the great story there. It's so fortunate to have the right people present at the right time. And that's why I said, Howard, probably not a bad idea to have some of your folks trained at that, because you never know. Even in a situation where we're just sitting, enjoying a cup of coffee and having a bagel, something could happen. I guess my message to you would be, if you feel uncomfortable about talking about a medical issue, or you want to keep it to yourself, that would be the worst thing to do. Definitely talk to someone. Talk to a doctor, talk to your wife, talk to a friend, but get some input from somebody else that may have a different take on it, because keeping it inside is probably not a good idea. So tell somebody about it. I think it's going to make a big difference for you.
Well, it made me think about the fact that I'm going to look a little closer about my health situation, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the presentation very much, and I wanted to say your recommendation that it's good to tell somebody if you're not feeling right is very important, because the same thing happened to me.
Left a good impression and a good feeling with everybody.
Well, I thought the presentation was great. I think that you do very, very well in front of the audience. And your personality is really good, and I love the way you bring the audience into your conversation. It makes them feel more welcome.